What's going on, everyone? Welcome to another exciting episode of FORNEVERNEWS! And in this episode, boy, do we've got some stories to talk about. For starters, very big news regarding Avatar. I know this is the end of time debate of whether or not Avatar is anime, but y'all know regardless if it's anime or not, from time to time I cover things that are in the nerd culture, geek culture world anyways. But yeah, major stuff for Avatar, and for the first time in a while, it's not bad news, so we're gonna talk about it. We also got some very interesting news regarding Demon Slayer Mugen Train. I know a lot of people have been like, yo, what's going on with Mugen Train in the West? When are we gonna be able to see it? But we got a little bit of traction going on there. Also some very big accomplishment for Demon Slayer potentially in the West that you're gonna be like, whoa. We got two pieces of One Piece news. You know, recently we talked about there being an article from Eiichiro Oda in Playboy. Well, we got a little bit more info on what went down there, and yeah, and also a small update for the manga. We got two pieces of Black Clover news, one of which is pretty freaking important regarding the ending of the Black Clover anime. You're going to want, especially if you're really in tune and want to know what's going on with the Black Clover anime, there's something very interesting that I gotta talk to you guys about and inform you guys on regarding the Black Clover anime, and also another update regarding the manga, just for people that were a bit worried about what recently was announced with the manga. I got an update on that. Small update regarding Chainsaw Man. We got new one-shots, a ton of them, a ton of one-shot mangas coming to Shonen Jump, and in particular, an author that you're not gonna believe is coming back to the magazine is actually coming back. And a small story regarding Hajime No Ippo. So without further ado, people, let's jump into another exciting episode of ForneverNews! The only news source that provides anything and everything anime and manga related, and we don't bore you. We get into it. Let's do it.
No matter how you feel, get it done. No matter how you feel, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done. No matter how you move, get it done.
Okay, people, so first up, let's talk some Avatar The Last Airbender. Recently, Nickelodeon made a huge announcement regarding Avatar The Last Airbender, not Korra, Avatar The Last Airbender, the animated series that everybody loved, that got everybody into that franchise to begin with. Let's read and we'll talk. Avatar The Last Airbender franchise expanding with new animated movie and a dedicated studio. Nickelodeon has announced the launch of a new division dedicated to creating new series and movies based in the world of Avatar The Last Airbender and The Legend of Korra. The division will be called Avatar Studios and will be led by original creators and executive producers Michael DiMartino and Brian Konietzko. Avatar Studios' work will debut on Paramount Plus Nickelodeon platforms and unspecified third-party platforms, as well as in cinemas. And I'm not gonna lie, this is really great news for the franchise. So y'all know, for starters, that Legend of Korra, while it did its own thing and it had some fans that really enjoyed it, it also wasn't met with the same type of praise and admiration and love that the original Avatar The Last Airbender had. Like, it just didn't. Like, at the end of the day, the original is still the strongest stuff that people really love and enjoy from the franchise. And then in the live action realm, we just got announced a few months back that the creators of, you know, Avatar The Last Airbender, the head writers and whatnot, had walked away from a live action film that was supposed to be coming out with Netflix, which is disastrous, and also just was telling of like, holy shit, another bad live action for Avatar incoming. So the fact that this big announcement came with Nickelodeon and them heading the charge of it is very interesting and very good news for the future of it. Now, it's not saying specifically that, yo, it's going to be more Aang adventures and shit like that. I'm imagining at the very least they're going to start off with the animated film being probably set after Avatar The Last Airbender, but before Legend of Korra. That would make the most sense. That would get people the most excited. But this could also mean more spin-offs similar to Korra in terms of being in the universe, but not exactly being, you know, the Avatar The Last Airbender Aang and them moving the plot along. But we gotta wait and see. Either way, this is great news finally for the Avatar universe and the Avatar franchise after all these announcements of this terrible live action. Like, the first live action was, you know, absolutely horrendous, and then they announced another one, and then they were changing things again. Like, just leave the live action and Avatar alone. They don't mix unless you're talking about like Avatar, you know, James Cameron's Avatar, then fine. Moving on, let's talk a little bit of Demon Slayer Mugen Train. Now we're done talking about the updates of the accomplishments it's done. Like, it's #1 Japanese film worldwide, like $400 million of revenue, all of that jazz. Kudos to it. But this announcement, because a lot of us are like, well, we heard all these great things about it. When are we going to be able to see it? When is it going to hit theaters? What's going on there? And according to this article, Demon Slayer Mugen Train is getting an Oscar qualifying run in Miami from February 26th for 1 week. Japan News Network reported today that the long-awaited North American screenings of Demon Slayer Kimetsu no Yaiba the movie Mugen Train will be starting for a limited time on February 26th. The screenings will be held for 1 week in the city of Miami to help the anime film qualify for this year's Academy Awards, of which the film is already in the selection. It just needs to be released publicly, either online or through traditional means, for at least a week. The spokesperson stated that these screenings were just for the Academy Awards and that a full theatrical release is still in the works, which is very telling of a couple things. For starters, they're not going to go the digital route. That makes it very, very clear. If they're just putting this out there just so that they can qualify for like an Oscar and, you know, the Academy Awards and shit like that, that means that they're 100% not going to go the digital route. As awesome as that would be to just be at home and click on an app and, you know, pay whatever $5 or $10 to watch the film, they're not going to go that route. They're still going to put it in theaters and whatnot, which, you know, it is what it is. We'll wait and see, I guess. But also that run in Miami. I wish I was in Miami. Like, I want to freaking see this film in theaters already. I want to see the film, period. Like, come on. I've reported damn near every piece of information that's ever came out about this film. About time I actually get to watch it. Next up, let's talk a little bit of One Piece and Playboy. Because y'all know in a recent episode of FORNEVER News, we talked about One Piece. Eiichiro Oda, creator, was recently featured in Shueisha's Playboy magazine of Japan, talking about One Piece and stuff like that. Well, apparently it says Japan's weekly Playboy magazine features One Piece cosplayers. Issue commemorates manga's 1,000th published chapter. Japan's weekly Playboy magazine is commemorating the One Piece manga's 1,000th publishing chapter with an issue featuring One Piece cosplay. The cover shows fashion model Miu Ikeda, also known as Mi Choppa, cosplaying as Nami, and oh my God, please, I would love to make it rain on her. I ain't gonna lie, the way I said that, I sound very, very down bad. Besides Nami, Ikeda also cosplayed a selection of other characters, including Chopper. I don't want to see that. Other models cosplaying in the issue include TV announcer Reina Sumi, Gravu idols Ayako Onokuchi, and Tomi, professional cosplayer Enako, and actress Asuka Kawazu. Weekly Playboy posted a video of the women at their photo shoots on its YouTube channel, and man, I wish I was there. Also, while we're talking about some One Piece, next week One Piece will get the lead color page. Alongside, One Piece is also getting the cover in Weekly Shonen Jump issue number 14. So pretty dope stuff there. It seems as though they're still going very strong with promoting that One Piece greatness. Okay, moving on. Black Clover fans, we got 2 pieces of news. For starters, let's clear something up because it was announced recently. I talked about how Black Clover seemingly was going on break. We weren't getting a chapter this upcoming issue. A lot of people were worried that, oh, is it because, you know, because we've heard Tabata having some issues in the past. What was going on? Well, according to this, it says Black Clover is on break this week in Weekly Shonen Jump issue number 13 due to production reasons and not health issues from the mangaka. The series is scheduled to resume in Weekly Shonen Jump issue number 14 next week, so have no fears. Tabatsu's fine. It was probably just like he couldn't meet the deadline. That's probably also why the last chapter kind of just felt like very fluff-ish and short, because probably he fell behind, which I don't blame him, man. They're transitioning into working in a totally different environment than they've been used to for years upon years. So it's going to make sense that they're going to take a lot of time to adjust, on top of the fact that it is already rigorous to be a mangaka to begin with. And while we're talking about Black Clover, this one I feel is pretty freaking significant regarding the future of the Black Clover anime. Now, of course, everybody knows by now, episode 170 has been confirmed to be the final episode of the Black Clover anime. Following that, we will be getting a big announcement, whatever that may be, whether it be like, you know, we're getting a film or whatever. A lot of us are speculating a film, but it could be that the anime is going to go seasonal. I'm just hoping it's nothing silly like what they did with Inuyasha when they, you know, stopped the original anime before they even announced final act, that their big information at the end of it was, now you can continue following the adventures of Inuyasha and the crew via the manga. If they did that, I'm not gonna lie, I'm flying personally to Studio Piro and we're gonna talk. But we got the remaining episode titles for Black Clover's anime. Episode 168, Stirrings of the Strongest. Episode 169, The Devil Blinding Ritual. Episode 170, the final episode, is titled Haruka Mirai, also known as Far Away Future. And Haruka Mirai, one of the things is, for starters, that was the first openings title, if I'm not mistaken. It was called Haruka Mirai, but also Faraway Future. People are speculating that that means that the Black Clover anime will return someday, and that's what they're trying to signify with Faraway Future. I don't like that, just because, to be honest with you, it gives me very, very reminiscent vibes of Bleach, in terms of like, I'm not waiting 10 years for Black Clover to return with the anime to get the final arc animated. Like Bleach, it was just kind of like that. A lot of us had accepted like, well, they're not rocking with the Bleach anime anymore, so fuck it, move on. So that was how I got through to the point of waiting for the Bleach anime to come right now. A lot of us, we gave up complete hope and was like, you know what, fuck it, Bleach is dead. That's what it felt like. So to go through that ride again, this time with Black Clover, like, no, I'm not going through 10 years of suffering and agony and eventually saying, fuck it, Black Clover's dead. I'm not doing that. So if that's the case, far away future, and they're talking about far away 10 years from now bringing the Black Clover anime back for the final arc, I don't think that's happening. Not for me. Maybe I'll eat my words, and if I do, so be it, but I'm not waiting a bajillion years to get this shit animated in the end. But either way, it gives a little bit of hope that at some point they'll return to finish it. Or it could mean that, you know, maybe next year or something we're going to get whatever continuation or some sort. So we gotta wait and see, but that final episode title is very, very strong to say the least. Next up, let's talk a little bit of Chainsaw Man. Apparently, Chainsaw Man will be holding a second character popularity poll to commemorate the release of Volume 11, the final volume of Part 1 of the series. Participants will be able to vote from March 4th to March 31st. I'm not sure if that's going to be available worldwide. It says provisional results will be released on March 18th, and the final results will be revealed in late April with a special illustration drawn by Tatsuki Fujimoto. And I'm looking at these times of like, well, okay, if we're doing this and that's to commemorate Volume 11, that's probably just to get the hype back up. So I don't think that that's having anything to do with Chainsaw Man 2. But if they're talking about April, they're going to be releasing the results of this. Maybe around that particular point is when we'll get some type of announcements regarding Chainsaw Man 2 and the anime and things like that. A man can dream, can he? But yeah, I hope we have access to that popularity poll, because I am going to smash Reze. I'm going to smash Power. Shit, I'm smashing the Denji button as well. Pause on that last one. Fuck it, even Makima. Like, there's so many characters that are so awesome in Chainsaw Man. I can't wait for part 2. Next up, we got an announcement that there's going to be a slew of one-shot manga coming to Shonen Jump. 15-page one-shot manga are scheduled to be published under the Jump Short Frontier banner starting from issue 13. And in the list, I'm not familiar with majority of the authors, to be honest with you, but there is one author that I'm familiar with that I'm very, very excited. Issue 13, Ningen no Uta by Furuta Seidan. Issue 14, Maid no Rinsan by Sakano Asahi. Issue 15, Buster Sweet by Hamada Shiki. Issue 16, Muchito no Sogu by Yagi Tomohiro. Now, if you don't know who Yagi Tomohiro is, that is the author of Red Sprite, a manga that for whatever freaking reason Shonen Jump didn't give a chance. It was a great start of a series that got canceled very early. It's one of those, like, think of like a Hungry Joker, think of like a Iron Knight, Barrage, all of that stuff. And I hope that this is going to be the author of Red Sprite's kind of Black Clover of My Hero Academia, where those authors, they had a shot in the magazine and unfortunately they didn't go well, and then they came back and they came back strong. Hopefully he wins this one shot and we could get another series from him, because Red Sprite was awesome and it was a real shame that it got axed. And issue number 17 will have Shandashi no Yurei by Nakahata Rintaro. So yeah, a bunch of little one-shots. I hope they translate them over here. I want to read them. And quickly, I wanted to report on this one just because I'm very excited about it, and I think a few of you might be. Hajime no Ippo, the original anime that it's been like lost at sea forever. Like, it's been really hard, like unless you had the single DVDs or you pirated it, it was impossible damn near to watch the Hajime no Ippo original anime. They just released, I want to say Discotech Media did like some big Blu-ray box sets. However, Crunchyroll is finally going to be adding Hajime no Ippo to the lineup, and boy, I'm so excited. I'm watching the shit out of that. It says Crunchyroll adds Hajime no Ippo, Love Hina Again, Fatal Fury Anime, Room Camp special episodes. And yeah, I can't freaking wait. I'll keep you guys updated on when that actually happens. I'm not sure if it's already on there or not, but I'm gonna watch the shit out of it. I really loved, from what I remember, Hajime no Ippo back in the day, and it'd be nice to watch the original and then hop into the, I think they did one like, what, 5 or 6 years ago, a new Hajime no Ippo anime. I'm gonna go crazy with this Ippo. And yeah, guys, that's what we have for today's episode. I'm curious what you guys think of the stories we talked about. For starters, your thoughts on Avatar's big return with an animated film. That's the right way to go, okay? This live action foolery needs to stop. You think Demon Slayer is going to be able to nab that Oscar? Hopefully with them putting it there in Miami, that means that we're one step closer. I mean, I've been hearing a lot of good things about March, that like a lot of things is opening up again, so maybe we'll hear something March or April about Demon Slayer in theaters. Your thoughts on One Piece cosplayers Playboy issue. Your speculation on that Black Clover final episode title, episode 170, Haruka Midai, Faraway Future. You think that's good news, bad news, or just at the very least gives hope? I just hope, again, it's not the Bleach finale type of hope that is going to turn into despair when we're like, yo, it's dead. I mean, thankfully Bleach is coming back, but again, like, 10 years later. Come on, don't do that to us again, Pero. No. Who would you be voting for if we're able to in the Chainsaw Man popularity poll? Red Sprite's author returning to Shonen Jump with a one-shot, Hajime No Ippo hitting Crunchyroll, and your thoughts on any of the stories we covered in today's episode. But that's all I have for this one. Thanks for watching. Hope you enjoyed. If you liked anything I had to say or enjoyed the video, drop me a like. I'd greatly appreciate it. And if you want more from me, make sure to subscribe. Follow me on Twitter, Instagram. Hit that bell to get all notifications. And if you want to follow any of my other social media, links are in the description below. I'm ForneverWorld, and as always, people, have an awesome day. And remember the golden rule. Anime and manga for life. Bye. Have an awesome day. Peace in. And you guys just watched another episode of FORNEVER News. Have an awesome day.
Just go to ForneverWorld.